So I mentioned that I had cuttings from the bamboo plant outside, and here they are, minus this one Rose of Sharon, which has a special purpose. We're going to plant next to where the deck's going to be a little spot, and the Rose of Sharon's going to be there, and we're going to sprinkle our dead dog's ashes around it and put a little sign there that says it's Spots' little spot. So that's that. Purpose of that. Um, I took clippings of the bamboo, not really knowing what I was doing, although I did research and read online a whole bunch of different things. Um, Orange you see on the ends is wax that I dipped it in so that the culms wouldn't dry out from the air side. Um, so far, they've basically just sat here for about 3 weeks, 4 weeks. It's been at least that long. And although some things like, where is it? This one here, if it'll come into focus, um, it broke um, the wax. And this one over here actually is growing something through the wax. So it might be trying to grow. At one point, I thought these were all dead, especially these thinner ones that just didn't look. I planted them in these plastic cups so that I could see roots when they got big enough for transplant, so I'd know when they were pot bound without really looking too hard. So far, the roots are minimal. I know this only because I pulled a couple out and looked at them and saw little itty bitty tiny bulges and white hair coming off of and swishing it in the water. It wasn't mold, so it was definitely a root. So some of these are trying to root. Some of them maybe dead. The ones that I thought were the deadest, I pulled out first, and those are the ones I found little tiny roots on. So don't really know for sure how well these guys are doing, if they're doing, if they will result in plants or not. So I'm going to be keeping an eye on them over the next however long it takes. Probably just keep them moist throughout the rest of winter. Right now it's not quite fall yet, but I'll just keep them moist and see if anything develops. And I'll keep track of that and post more about them as we get to them. These plastic cups, I put little tiny pinhole drains. I don't know if you can see it very well, but it's a little tiny pinhole, which I made with that paper clip, heating it up and poked it in, just so that the soil would stay moist but not soaked. So every now and then I pour a little bit of water in them, usually bottled water. Um, but other than that, that is this part of the project. As I mentioned, I've ordered some seeds, and we're going to also conduct that um, procedure of germinating and growing seeds over the next few months when they get here. So we will be working on that green wall for the backyard very vigorously. And I'm hoping it doesn't come down to buying more actual plants because I was trying to do this for as cheap as possible. The plant costs like $35 delivered, and the seeds will have only cost about $8 total for. I got two different types. I've got a Fargesia coming and a fungosa, which is kind of a Fargesia, but not quite, or something. It's not quite as cold hardy as the Fargesia is supposed to be. But we live here in this part of Northeast Ohio. We're right by the lake. And so it doesn't usually get as cold right here as um, other parts of the state because the lake will keep us warmer through most of the winter. And then when the temperatures start coming back up, it keeps us a little cooler. But basically, the snow belt that they talk of is about in our track, but it goes about a mile inland before snow actually starts falling because we're right by the lake. So, whatever. That is my tray of stems, and we'll see if anything grows. I'll keep my fingers crossed. Thank you for watching. Give me a like, and I'll keep posting this stuff. Thank you.